Today, let us study coordinate geometry. Let us study coordinate geometry. What is coordinate geometry? Coordinate geometry deals about the position of a point in a plane. In a plane, I can draw two coordinates. They are x coordinate and y coordinate. X coordinate I can draw like this and y coordinate I can draw like this. And I can name as x dash, y dash. And the intersection of both the axes, that point is called origin, and the coordinates of the origin are 0, 0. When I move to the left hand side, this is positive side, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4 and so on. Here plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4. This side negative, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. And this side again negative, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So I repeat again, there are two coordinates. I can draw two coordinates in a plane, and the point of intersection of those two coordinates I call it as origin, and I name the coordinates as x coordinate and y coordinate. Practically I name it as x dash, y dash, and these two coordinates makes 4 sections or 4 quadrants. This is called first quadrant, and this is called second quadrant, this is third quadrant and fourth quadrant. Suppose I locate any point in the first quadrant, there are x coordinate and y coordinates. You think that I located a point here. So what is the coordinates of this point A? A, it is 2 in x-axis. I name it as 2, 4. That means 2 is, as you move from y-axis, 2 units to the right hand side. Or I can say 2 units from y-axis. And as I move up, 4 units from x-axis. X coordinate is also called as abscissa and y coordinate is called ordinate. So I say x coordinate is also called as abscissa and y coordinate is called ordinate. So now I can make out what are the coordinates of any point. Here both are positive. Here any point in the first quadrant, both are positive. Here negative and positive. Here both are positive. Here x-axis is negative, y-axis is positive. Here x-axis is negative, y-axis is also negative. Here x-axis is positive, y-axis is negative. So these are the signs of different points on different quadrants. After knowing this, let me study about let us study about the distance formula. Distance between any two points. What is the distance between any two points? Suppose there is a point A and there is a point B. I name this as x1, y1. And coordinates of this B is x2, y2. And what is the distance between A and B? Or I can call it A is AB. So distance formula D is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. What is the distance formula? D is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. My question is, should I take always A as x1 y1 and B as x2 y2? Need not be. I can take as I want, but the formula once you use x2 minus x1, if you say x2 minus x1 the whole square, you cannot do y1 minus y2 minus y1. In the same way you have to come back. So this is called distance formula between any two points. Now there is a point in the coordinate geometry, say a point A, which is at a distance from the origin. What are the coordinates of the origin? O, 0, 0. So, the formula to find out the distance between the origin and a point, I name this point as x, y. Don't want x1 and y1. X minus 0 the whole square plus y minus 0 the whole square. So, distance between origin and a point x, y is d is equal to, since origin 0, x minus 0 the whole square is x square plus y minus 0 the whole square is y square. So these are the two formulae you have to remember, and it is very important. If there are 2 points with coordinates x1, y1 and x2, y2, and the distance formula is d is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. Whereas distance between origin and a point xy is d is equal to square root of x square plus y square. Now let us solve some of the problems using this formula. So first problem in this section is, let me discuss this. First one, do the points 3, 2, minus 2, minus 3 and 2, 3 form a triangle. Do these points form a triangle? If so, what type of triangle? What type of triangle? In order to know whether these 3 points make a triangle, let us take this as vertices. A vertex, B vertex and C vertex. Suppose I take the points as the vertices of 3 vertices of a triangle, then A 3, 2, minus 2, minus 3, 2, 3. So what is my aim? I have to find out the side AB, BC and AC using distance formula. And now you have to check. Suppose you know AB, BC, AC. How to check whether I can do a triangle or no? Suppose 3, 4, 7. Can I form a triangle? In order to know that, you should be knowing the test for that. Among these 3, which is the highest? 7. Now, you have to add these 2 sides. When you add the other 2 sides, the sum should be more than this, the biggest side. Then only you will be able to draw a triangle. 7 is equal to the sum of this. So, you cannot form a triangle. So, my question is, can you form a triangle with the sides 3, 4, 5? Yes. How? 5 is the biggest side in this. 3 plus 4, 7. So, 7 is bigger than 5. So, I can form a triangle. So, I repeat, you have to take the biggest number of these and add the smaller ones. When you add the smaller ones, the sum should be greater than the bigger side. Then only you will be able to form a triangle. So, let us check this using, let us take this as A, this as B, this as C. So, AB, first let me write down what is the formula. D is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. So, AB, in the pencil you can write down this as x1, y1, this as x2, y2. So AB is equal to x2 minus x1 in the place of x2 minus 2 minus 3 the whole square plus minus 3 minus 2 the whole square is equal to square root of minus 2 minus 3 minus 5 the whole square plus minus 3 minus 2 minus 5 the whole square is equal to square root of 25 plus 25 is equal to square root of 50. Let it be here. Now let me see BC. Now let x2 y2 be there only. Let me do this as x1 y1. That is why I am telling you to write down in the pencil. So what is BC? BC is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 minus 2 minus 2 the whole square minus 2 minus 2 the whole square plus minus 3 minus 3 the whole square is equal to minus 2 minus 2 minus 4 the whole square plus minus 6 the whole square is equal to square root of 16 plus 36 is equal to square root of 52. Let it be. Now let me find out AC. What is AC? Square root of. So let this be x to y. D is equal to x2 minus x1 3 minus 2 the whole square plus 2 minus 3 the whole square is equal to 3 minus 2 1 square plus 2 minus 3 minus 1 the whole square is equal to square root of 1 plus 1 is equal to square root of 2. Now how to check which is the biggest side? Square root of 52. Now square root of 52, another one square root of 50, another one square root of 2. You know 7 sevens are 49. Square root of 52 is 7 point. You think that it is something 7 point. Square root of 50 also 7 point something. But you know square root of 2 how much? 1.4. You add these two. 7 point you think that 1 and 1.4. How much? It will be 8.5. Definitely bigger than 7.5. So 7 point something. So definitely we are able to form a triangle. I hope you have understood. Among these, I see 52 is the biggest number. Square root of 57.1 I told, square root of 2. When you add, you get 8 point something. Even if you get 7.3 or 7.4, square root of 52, this one is bigger than this. So I can form a triangle. Now what type of triangle they were asked? So looking at this question only you can make out, numbers only you can make out. Square root of 52 the whole square is 52. Square root of 50 the whole square is 50. Square root of 2 the whole square is 2. So 52 is equal to 50 plus 2. So whose theorem it is? Pythagoras theorem. So definitely I can say it is a right angled triangle. So square root of 52 the whole square is equal to 52. Square root of 50 the whole square plus square root of 2 the whole square is equal to 50 plus 2 is equal to 52. So square over the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. This is Pythagoras theorem. So these are the vertices of a right angled triangle. So A, which is that the square root of 52, square root of 52 is BC. BC is the longest side or hypotenuse. Now let me check whether this formula is correct with taking some other examples, Okay. Second one. Show the points 1, 7, 4, 2, minus 1, minus 1, minus 4, 4 are the vertices of a square. So in order to prove these are the vertices of a square, you should know the property of a square. What is the property of a square? First of all, you know the property of a square. In a square, all the sides are equal. And one more property, it is better to solve. Diagonals are equal. So suppose I take the four vertices A, B, C, D. I have to prove AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to AD. If I see again AC is equal to BD, then I am 100% sure that it is a square. So let us solve that using the same distance formula. D is equal to, let me call this as A, this as B, this as C, this as D. So what is AD? So first we will write down distance formula. D is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. So what happens? X2, let me take from here. AB is equal to square root of, now I need not write down x1, y1, x2, y2. Now we are practiced. So let me write down x2 minus x1 the whole square, 4 minus 1 the whole square plus 2 minus 7 the whole square. So 4 minus 1 the whole square is 4 minus 1 is 3 square plus 2 minus 7 is minus 4. So 2 minus 7 is minus 5 the whole square. 3 square is 9 plus 25 is equal to square root of 34. Now let me see what is BC. BC is equal to, again going the same order, minus 1 minus 4 the whole square plus minus 1 minus 2 the whole square, minus 1 minus 2 the whole square. So minus 1 minus 4 is minus 5. So minus 5 the whole square plus minus 3 the whole square is equal to square root of 25 plus 9 is equal to square root of 34. We calculated what is ABBC. Now let us see CD is equal to square root of, what is CD? Minus 4 minus of minus 1, minus 4 minus of minus 1 the whole square plus 4 minus of minus 1 the whole square. So I'll get as minus 4 minus of minus 1 is plus 1. So minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3 the whole square plus 4 minus of minus 1 is 4 plus 1. So 5 square. Again I get square root of 9 plus 25 is equal to square root of 34. Like that only if I see AB is over BC is over CD. CD and now AD. Let me check what is the length of AD. So AD is equal to, these are the 2 points, AD minus 4 minus 1 the whole square plus 4 minus 7 the whole square is equal to square root of minus 4 minus 1 minus 5 the whole square plus minus 3 the whole square, again square root of 25 plus 9 is equal to square root of 34. From this I can make out AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to AD. Over. Now for more sure, the property of rhombus and a square is the same. All the sides are equal. But in a rhombus, diagonals are not equal. But in a square, diagonals are also equal. So let us check that. First let us find out what is AC. So what is AC? AC is equal to, let me see, square root of A and C. Minus 1 the whole square plus minus 1 minus 7 the whole square is equal to minus 2 the whole square plus minus 8 the whole square is equal to 4 plus 64 is equal to square root of 68. AC we found out, let us see BD. What is BD? BD is equal to square root of BD minus 4 the whole square plus 4 minus 2 the whole square is equal to minus 4 minus 8 the whole square plus 2 square is equal to square root of 64 plus 4 is equal to again square root of 68. Yes, ABCD forms a square because all the sides are equal and diagonals are also equal. Yes. Now, my third question is, what is the distance between the origin and a point minus 3, 4? Origin and minus 3, 4. What is the formula to find out the distance between the origin and a point? D is equal to square root of x square plus y square is equal to square root of x square is minus 3 the whole square, y square is 4 square. What is minus 3 the whole square? 9 plus 16 is equal to square root of 25 is equal to 5 units. Next, 5 units. So let us go to the next problem. Find a relationship between x, y, x and y. Relation between x, y such that the points x, y, a point x, y is equidistant from the points 7, 1 and 3, 5. Let me call this 7, 1 as A, this as B, and this point as P. They say, if suppose P is x, y, it is equidistant from A and B. That means A, what is A? 7, 1. AP is equal to BP. B 3, 5. What do they say? AP is equal to BP. Let us use this property and thus we find out the relation between x and y. So what is AP? Again distance formula let me write down. D is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. So, AP is 7 minus x the whole square, 7 minus x the whole square plus 1 minus y the whole square is equal to square root of 3 minus x the whole square plus 5 minus y the whole square. After solve this, then I can set the relation between x and y. Since square root of sign is there in both the sides, let me square it. When you square it, what do you get? Your square root sign goes 7 minus x the whole square plus 1 minus y the whole square is equal to 3 minus x the whole square plus 5 minus y the whole square. So what do you get? 7 square plus x square minus 2 into 7 into x is minus 14x plus 1 square plus y square minus 2 into 1 into y is minus 2y is equal to 3 square 9 plus x square minus 2 3s are 6x plus 25 plus y square minus 10y. What is this we used? We use the identity a minus b the whole square is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab. Let me simplify the left hand side. 7 square is 49. So 49 plus 1 plus x square minus 14x plus y square minus 2y is equal to 9 plus 25, 34 plus x square plus y square minus 6x minus 10y. So x square plus y square, you can bring it to the same side and it becomes 0, or I can cancel it directly. X square on either side, y square. So what do you get? 50 minus 14x minus 2y is equal to 34 minus 6x minus 10y. So minus 14x is there. So let me bring this side. 14x minus 6x minus 10y plus 2y is equal to 50 minus 34, or 16 is equal to 8x minus 10y plus 2y is minus 8y. Everywhere 4 is common. Dividing by 4, I get 2x minus 2y is equal to, everywhere, 8 is common. So we divide by 8. You get 8 2 is 16. 2 is equal to x minus y. Or I can say x minus y is equal to 2. This is the relation. Now let me go to the last problem. Find a point. Find a point on the y-axis which is equidistant from a point 6, y. Any point on x-axis, y-axis, any point on x-axis, what are the coordinates? X, 0. Any point on y-axis, 0, y. This is equidistant from the point 6, 5 and minus 4, 3. Any point on the y-axis equidistant from 6, 5 and minus 4, 3. Let us use the same logic. A point 0, y is equidistant 6, 5 and another one is minus 4, 3. I name this as P, this as A, this as B. So distance formula D is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. Let us square it. You have seen in the previous problem, we have squared it. So I don't waste my time. I say 6 minus 0 the whole square plus 5 minus y the whole square is equal to minus 4 minus 0 the whole square plus 3 minus y the whole square. So I get 6 square 36 plus, I use a minus b the whole square, 5 square 25 plus y square minus 10y is equal to minus 4 the whole square is 16 plus 3 square 9 plus y square minus 6y. So you get 36 plus 25, 36, 56, 61, 61 plus y square minus 10y is equal to 16 plus 9, 25 plus y square minus 6y. So you get 61 minus 25. 61 minus 25 is equal to, this y square is on either side, 61 minus 25 is equal to minus 10y, let us take that side, 10y minus 6y. So 61 minus 25, 11 minus 5 is 6, 5 minus 36 is equal to 4y, or y is equal to 36 divided by 4, y is equal to 9. So the point 0 comma y is 0 comma 9 is equidistant from 6 comma 5 and minus 4 comma 3. So I hope you have understood what is distance formula and how to apply that. Thank you.